So there's you, and there's me in the middle, baby. Cheers. Cheers for my birthday. Thank you. Thank you. At Markula. Awesome, isn't it? Yeah, back at our home ground. Thank you, darling.
You are dismissed.
I wasn't really sure what I was going to do tonight. I had a few things in mind. Got my little puppy dog next to me here. But mainly I just wanted to talk about the different types of grief that there are, and what we as carers are going through is a type of grief, and which is the best way to handle it. I keep asking myself that. I'm still trying to work it all out. And I think that's the secret, is that you do continue to work it out day by day, depending on the situation. At the weekend, as I said to you in the last video, I was going down to Brisbane to our grandson's graduation, celebrating my birthday with the family, spending some time with the family. But Steve was staying at home with Hammer, his carer, and it was sort of bittersweet because Steve and I have always done all these things together, and had to leave him behind. That really hurt. It was obviously a lot easier physically, but mentally it was a bit of a strain. How did I handle it? I think, Betty, stop scratching. I think I went with the attitude that I was not going to be down and out for the weekend, that I was going to go down and enjoy the weekend, because that's what Steve would want me to do anyway. And why drag everyone down when I'm down there celebrating our grandson's graduation, having valuable time with the family, time that you can never get back. Every day passes and you can't get that day back, so you just have to make the most of it. So I guess I went with that attitude. So number one, I think, is your attitude, what you decide, or how you decide you want to be, how you decide you want to feel, how you decide you want to handle the situation. Because it's not always easy to snap yourself into that frame of mind. And obviously there were moments that really tore at my heart that Steve wasn't there to see this amazing milestone in our first grandson. We've got 6 grandsons. We didn't have any sons. We only had daughters, and he was the first of our grandsons. He was the first boy that we'd had in the family. And to see him graduate is a huge thing. And he's worked so hard, and he's the most beautiful guy. And for Steve to miss that, physically miss it, that hurt. That hit hard. But I went down representing both of us, and that's what I decided to do. I'm not saying it was easy to go with that attitude. It was hard. It was so hard, because these days, being so used to being a couple and doing all these things as a couple, these days I'm having to do a lot more things on my own, and I'm starting to feel like a widow but I'm not a widow. It's really weird, and people have said to me, "You've got to start building a life of your own." And I remember saying that to Steve's dad when his mum was going through Huntington's, and at the time I didn't really give it a lot of thought, and that's not an easy thing. It's like, okay, you've been married all these years and you've been a couple all these years, but all of a sudden you've got to start living separate lives. That's a tough thing to have to do. So once again, this is grief. This is a type of grief that you go through when you're faced with this sort of situation. And it's sort of a tough one because he is physically still here, but you're grieving the fact that he can't be that part, that he can't be with you like he used to be. It's like part of you is being cut off. Your right arm's being cut off. It's a tough call. But I am trying to think of ways to express how I'm feeling as far as how I'm handling it. It depends on the day too. Some days are fine. We'll just get on with it and we handle it. Because there's so many things just little things like shopping. He and I used to love going shopping together. He and I used to love going and doing things together, going for walks on the beach. We can't even do that now. It's a struggle. He can, I guess we could really try to do it, but it's a struggle for him now. We're not just freely walking on the beach like we used to, and we used to paddle in the water and just talk and chase each other around the beach and have lots of fun. We can't do that anymore. We can't just go for walks in the park. We can't just go to the movies together. Well, we can, but it's more difficult, a lot more difficult. It's not just the same. It's not just like two people walking into the movie theatre. It's more complicated. There's devices involved. There's wondering whether he needs to go out for a break or, there's just so many things you've got to think about now. And so all those things are things that you have to all of a sudden have to change in your life. And so as a carer, I empathise with you and know what you're feeling, what you're going through. If you've got any clues out there to help anyone in this situation, this is why I'm wanting to reach out on this community, online community for carers. If you've got any ways you think help that situation with you, I'd love to hear about it. Any suggestions, just if they're a small suggestion, you never know how far that will go in helping people in this situation. One little thing might just go a long way in one person's life to help them handle the situation. So that's what I want with this community, this online community. We can't physically all get together because we're sort of spread out all over the place, but if we could just share online and maybe help others in doing so. So I know I'm not sort of it's not a long video this time, and I'm not sort of expressing too much at once. I think that's probably enough to handle in one go. But just handling grief best way you can. So if you've got any suggestions, love to hear it, and I'm sure a lot of other people would love to hear it as well. I don't know if I've been a big help to you this time. I hope I have, but I just want to open that door up so that and let you into talking, even if you've got a concern not a suggestion but a concern, and you need other people to help you in that situation, to give suggestions in a concern you may have in this area. So love to hear it from you. Not sure what's going to happen next week. I'm just playing it 1 week at a time, whatever comes up, and then we just go from there. But definitely know exactly where you're coming from. Definitely want to reach. I really want this to work, to help each other out. I think it's a big need. There's a big need for this. So got your back. Praying for you, and hope that you feel free enough to reach out and share or just ask for help. Have a great rest of the week, as much as you possibly can. I don't know everyone's situation, but put a smile on your dial as much as you can in the morning. Not always easy. And just pray through the day and do the best you can, because you are amazing. You're doing a fantastic job. It's not easy. It's a tough one. And you are amazing. Have a great week. Bye. They're beautiful. You're a real comfort to Mummy and Daddy, aren't you? Yeah. It's so beautiful. You're snuggling up with Mummy. Wondering what I'm doing. It's so gorgeous. This is beautiful, this girl. I know.